All right, team, listen up. We've got a high-value data target, but it's protected by well, let's call it a next-gen security anomaly. Our standard probes are getting completely shut down. We need to figure out why and how to get past it.
You've seen this 1,000 times, right? You fire off a simple requests.get, and almost instantly, bam, access denied. 403 forbidden. Your probe is dead in the water before it even gets close. So frustrating.
And you've done all the usual tricks. You're rotating through thousands of IPs, you've perfectly crafted your user agent to look exactly like the latest version of Chrome, you've done everything right, and you're still getting blocked instantly. So what is going on? Well, here's the thing. It's because the firewall isn't even looking at your headers. It knows your script before you've sent a single byte of HTTP data. It's not reading your probe's markings. It's reading its fundamental energy signature.
And that signature, it has a name. It's called a TLS fingerprint. The second your script tries to connect, it has this initial hello with the server. And during that handshake, it presents a very specific list of ciphers and extensions. Think of it like a cryptographic dialect, and your script has a very thick accent.
And this shows you the fundamental mismatch. Up at the application layer, layer 7, your user agent is claiming, hey, I'm a Chrome browser. But way down at the transport layer, layer 4, your TLS handshake is screaming, I'm a Python script using OpenSSL. That contradiction is a dead giveaway.
This is the kill shot right here. The web application firewall, the WAF, it sees that fingerprint mismatch and just slams the door. It terminates the connection immediately. All those perfectly crafted headers and cookies you spend time on, they never even get seen. The game is over before it starts.
So, you see, the answer isn't better camouflage. It's not about painting your probe a different color. You need a cloaking device. You have to change the underlying energy signature of the probe itself. And this is how you do it. You literally just swap out your standard requests library for curl CFI. The code looks almost identical except for one crucial game-changing argument: impersonate. This single keyword rebuilds the entire low-level TLS handshake to be a perfect byte-for-byte copy of a real Chrome browser. Oh, and get this, there's a bonus. Not only is your probe now completely stealthy, it also just got a major engine upgrade. In some synchronous tests, curl CFI can be up to 300% faster than the library you're probably using now. Stealthy and fast.
So you run the mission again. Your probe approaches. Its energy signature is now indistinguishable from millions of other Chrome users. The firewall just waves it on through. The connection is made, the data is retrieved, you get that beautiful 200 OK. Mission accomplished.
So here's the bottom line. This whole cat and mouse game has moved down the stack. Stop pulling your hair out debugging headers at layer 7. The real fight is now at layer 4 in the TLS handshake. It is time to upgrade your tools for the modern web.